I'm
Bullshit
back.
Laboratory. Michael, Frank, and Monica all worked there. People in the scientific world are sounding the alarm on this one because nobody can figure out why there is a string of 10 high profile scientists, technologists, and engineers going missing literally days between each other. And there has been a bipartisan letter sent to the FBI to get them to look into it. Because the speculation is that this may be a foreign entity who is trying to interfere with the US's advanced research and technology programs. Too bad Prashant Patel fired all of our counterintelligence people because they had investigated bone spurs for that classified documents case. These were the things that they were working on. And there is no coincidence in my mind that after 2025, when Doge came in and fired a whole bunch of people in the FBI, and then they started taking people from their jobs in the FBI in order for them to deal with the E-Man files and retract the names of the perpetrators, including over 1 million mentions of Bone Spurs himself. While they were doing that, they were not investigating the cases that they needed to be investigated. While the FBI was being gutted, and other intelligence agencies in the government were being gutted by Doge or diverted to deal with covering up the E-Man files, these were the type of things that they were letting go under the radar. So it is no coincidence to me that most of these scientists started going missing in 2025. Now, Bone Spurs and his administration has said that they will start looking into this. However, I wouldn't put any stock into anything that they say, especially if it comes out that this has been happening on their watch because of how incompetent they are, while Prashant Patel is hung over in a room somewhere. Because if a foreign entity wanted to systematically take out all of our high-profile scientists and engineers, this would be the administration that they would do it in and be almost guaranteed to freaking get away with it.
Yes, I did. You're back, Terry. I'm glad that you're back. Yes, I did. You're back, Terry. I'm glad that you're back. I'm just here at Post Traumatic Bliss. I'm just here at Post Traumatic Bliss.
Lose weight?
Ghost Dance. You're here talking smack about my channel. This is the kind of thing that gets you gets you out of my channel very fast. You do you. Okay? You do you. You are dying to come back alive. I don't think I'm rude. I don't, I can say that I'm always polite, but I'm not a rude person. I, no, I'm not your wife though. Oh, it's beautiful out there. See, those are the things that life is all about. Enjoying the sun, getting vitamin D, having a happy time. You know, people like Terry get it, what life is about. You're out there enjoying your life, enjoying the sun, right? RS11 says they thirsty. You're funny. Life is about good mental health, enjoying the sunsets, the sun, the beach. These small things are what makes life beautiful. Don't compare yourself with other people, how much money they have. Everybody wants to enjoy the sun. Everybody wants to be out there in the sun having a good time. That is how you win. Right, RS11? That's how we win. I'm a dark chocolate. Right. Right. Yeah, we need sunlight, especially if you got melanin like I do. Right? That's all life is about. Get some sun, feel happy and cheerful, and win the day. You can't win the day if you're not happy. You can't seize the day if you don't make yourself happy that day. Life is a beautiful blessing. To God, yeah, it's a beautiful blessing from God. Summer is right here, right? Um, right, summer is right here. Enjoy the summer because you got only one summer to enjoy, and then it's winter, right? And then summer's gone. Yeah, today we are talking about enjoying the time that we have on this planet. We don't have much time. We just gotta enjoy the time that we have in a good way, in a positive way. In a positive way. Enjoy your time in a good way. Make use of your time in a good, happy way. Go get some sun. Enjoy sunlight. Enjoy being around your family. Even pray for people. Pray for people. Lots of people are stressed out there in the world. Pray for them. Pray for people's good mental health. Pray for your own mental health. Somebody here is so desperate to get a wife. I'm badass. Ooh-wee. Yeah, sunlight and dark chocolate is a good combination. Enjoy the small things. It's the small things. It's really where life is all about. Suraj is new here. Welcome to Post Traumatic Bliss. Live a happy life. Create a good life for yourself, for your family, right? That's all life is about. Hello, Tim. Tim, nice to see you. Tim. Today we are talking about living a happy life, enjoying small things, like Terry Kidd is like, I'm out here enjoying the sun, doing things that are mentally healthy for you, hiking, enjoying the sun, eating good food, avoiding, life is the happiness is in that place, right? That's the place where happiness lives, if you ask me. You think it's funny that someone is desperate to get a wife. You're the one who is cruel. Go get a wife. Like, I'm badass. You have a good dream. Getting a wife is one of those things that are very good in life. Get yourself a wife. If you are a good man, you can take care of a family, you can love somebody. Being somebody's husband is one of the most beautiful things you can do with your life. It really is beautiful. Me and you are not going to get married, but go get yourself a good wife. Okay? Go get yourself a good wife, because you seem like you're the kind of person who wants to get married, and actually getting married is a good thing. It's a really beautiful thing to do with your life. Having a family, seeing your children. I mean, we live in very, very dangerous times. I tell people, like, for me, I don't want to get I don't think I want to have kids. Personally, I just don't like the way the world is right now. The things that I'm finding out about how life is, the corruption. I know all these things have always existed. I just don't feel safe to have a kid with anybody. But if you're the kind of person who likes to have a wife, and you want to be a good husband and probably a good father, and protect your wife and your children, man, go for it. Go for it. What do you mean my condition is okay? I don't want to to be in an okay condition. Nobody wants condition to be okay. To have a baby, you need to be in a great position to have a baby. Someone here is saying, okay, answer this. Only smart people will answer this correctly. You enter in a room with 50 people. A killer walks in and kills 30 people. How many people are left? How many people are in the room? Hmm? How many people are left in the room? Why 21? You enter a room with 50 people. A killer walks in and kills 30 people. Motherful math. 20? How do you come up with 20 and 21? Only the smartest people know the answer. Only the smartest. Only the smartest people know the answer. uh, I think if you count, you go into a room, there are 50 people. You count yourself, you're 51. The killer walks in, now you're 50 people. 52 people. He kills 30 people. How many are in the room? How many are in the room? There can only be one answer, not two answers. I am beautiful, you love me. Oh my goodness, thank you. Thanks. All this beauty. Where are you going to take it from? I look, do I look like a model? Do I look like a model? A lot of people tell me I look like I could go modeling. I don't know why they tell me that. You tell me right there if I look like a model. I am not Jamaican, so you can go and solve your own Jamaican dreams. I don't even sound Jamaican. I don't even sound Jamaican. Mm? I don't even sound Jamaican. What are you talking about? Mm. Ooh, ooh, somebody wants to talk about the killer. Oh my goodness. Who? Let's talk about the killer. Which killer? I mean, there are so many people who died, who were killed like this week alone. So, you know, the dad who killed seven children, the father who killed seven of his children. this this man from Louisiana, this one, he killed 7 kids. So he had 4 kids with one woman. The woman he was living with, I think they had 4 kids. He was married to this woman, and then he had 3 other kids with his ex-wife. Right? So this man, he was he has been in the military. He was in the military before, and he was doing you know how I keep telling you on the show, like, military life is very, very traumatizing. So he was in the military, but before he got to the military, he had been adopted. You know, his mother abandoned him and he was adopted. So already for me, as somebody who studies mental health, I already see there was something wrong, you know, with his development. Imagine your mom abandoning you. That there's already trauma, right? Yes, you do get into another family and they raise you, but there's always that trauma, like, what kind of a monster am I if my mother abandons me, right? So for me, when I see that he had already had this trauma of being abandoned by his mother when he was young, right? And then he goes, instead of healing the trauma, living a better life, he joins the military. He joins the military, and then he is just discharged and he starts his civilian life. Somewhere in between, he met his first wife, and they had 3 children. They got divorced, and then he had his second wife, and they had 4 children. Before he gets married to the second wife, she wants to leave him. She wasn't happy. He was cheating, and she wanted to leave. And that time before they get married, he threatens her. He tells her, if you leave me, I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to kill all the children. And he was like, and I don't know, maybe she took this as a joke because he apologized and stuff like that. And they got married. They got married, and so they were the day he killed her and he killed all the children, she was going to go through a divorce. They were going to finalize their divorce. That's when he killed her. That's when he killed her. He shot all his 7 children. And then the police shot him. And then the police shot him. You know, I tell people, don't join the military. I don't care what country you are in the world. If you've been to my channel, I tell you, do not join the military. Find something else to do with the life that you have. Okay? You got one life. Don't spend it killing people and fighting for somebody. Go get a life somewhere, okay? Go get a life somewhere. You know what? He even shot his wife to the face.
In Shreveport, Louisiana this morning after a man shot and killed them. I'm Kyrie Naveau, a reporter here at WWL Louisiana, and we're following the story, and here are the latest details we know. We know that Shamari Elkins started his Sunday morning by going to a home and shooting a woman. That woman now has life-threatening injuries. He left her house and went over to another house and shot those 8 children and his wife, shot her in the face. She has now undergone surgery and is expected to survive. Those children, they have unfortunately died. 7 of those kids were his own kids. That last kid was actually a cousin relative to the children. We're told he eventually stole a car and sent police on a high-speed chase. Over that chase, they were exchanging fire, him and police. Once that chase ended in Bossier City, which is across the Red River in Shreveport, we're told that Elkins died, but it's undetermined if he died from a self-inflicted wound or shots fired from police. At the time, police is still unsure on the motive.
So before, like weeks before, he had taken himself to the VA, and he was committed there for psychiatric treatment. Like he was saying, he was stressed. I mean, this is a man who didn't earn so much money, and he had 7 kids living with their moms. I understand like a man can be financially strapped, but it's not like those 2 women you had kids with are not working. They're also like working. And you're lucky to have, he unalived all of his children. All of his children, shot his 2 wives, his ex-wife and his current wife, shot them. And then it's not clear. Some people say that the police were chasing him and he pulled out a gun and the police shot him, which, you know, nobody cares if he's dead right now. I don't. Very disturbing. I am so beautiful. Yeah, I know. People ask me whether I'm a model. I'm not a model. In case you were wondering. Okay. In case you were wondering. In case you were wondering, okay, I'm not a model. Because I get that a lot. Okay, stop asking. Like, you guys, you're really making me like feel like I need to start like, you know, like modeling. Okay, like all of you keep asking me whether I'm a model, I'm a model, I'm a model. You know, can we stop asking me if I'm a model? Because I get tired of you people asking me whether I am a model. Okay, don't blow up the internet. Don't blow up the internet, please. I decided it was not a career for me. Yeah, you all know it's a very dangerous career. Ask all the girls on the Epstein files. Okay, I am not a model. Don't ask me again. Don't crash the internet asking me whether I am. Okay.
I wasn't even going to talk about this goofy motherfucker, but I love President Trump, and I think he signed this executive order. I don't know who underneath him was putting this thing together. that all federal documents, it has to be your biological sex at birth. Recently, I had my passport. I had to get it renewed. Comes back gender marker M. Because it's not just about me, it's about all people in this situation. What do I do?
What do you do? I don't know, Caitlin. What do you do? Or in this case, you got to go by Bruce. What do you do when you keep warning somebody about somebody and they still choose them? What do you do when someone shows you who they are and you ignore all that and you still pick them?
So here's the thing, okay? This is okay. Trump, I may not like Trump, but there are things that he does that I do like sometimes. Okay? Coming from a black woman, that's a huge compliment for Donald Trump. Okay? But there are things that he does that I actually agree with. Yeah, the things that he does that actually I agree with. And this one about, Bruce Jenner is one of those things that I agree with. Because here's the thing. You're born a male, you decide to change your gender to female, and now all of us have to agree that the gender you decide is your natural gender? No. The president said, you change your gender all you want, but we're not gonna buy this. And your birth certificate is going to read your assigned gender at birth. And that's it. We are not going to change your gender because you decide to transition from a male to female or vice versa. And I think this is good because look at what happened to France. Brigitte Macron is born a man, she changes her gender, and now everybody thinks she's a female, and she gets married to the president of France. Now we have two men ruling France, but they're telling us to believe that Brigitte Macron is a woman. This is why I agree with Trump. Actually, that's like one of the things I agree with Donald Trump about. This whole transgender thing. You transition all you want, but we have the choice to call you a man if that's your assigned gender at birth. Like, I agree with Donald Trump on that one, like 100. The other one that I agree with Donald Trump about is psychedelics. Donald Trump called Joe Rogan to the office the other day, and he's starting to say that people can now, they're taking the research of the legalization of psychedelics seriously. I am in mental health, and I can tell you for sure, psychedelics can help a lot of people wake up from this sleep that they are in, because there's research that psychedelics, they do help create new neural networks. They help you with your with the neurons, with neural wiring. And because they help with neural wiring, that's a critical part of the human and our learning and our ability to see new things from a different angle. And I feel like a lot of people who've never used psychedelics, they feel stuck in life. Right? Yeah, I think that's a good thing that Trump is doing. I also, even though I believe in vaccination it's a good thing, I also agree with the right when they're like, why are we vaccinating kids with like giving them 1 billion shots, right? Some of these fishy things like forcing people to get vaccinated, like the way they did with COVID, I don't agree with that shit. I don't. And a lot of the party, the Democrats, they are the ones making money off of these like pharmaceutical companies, and they're the ones who kind of keep forcing American kids to get all these shots that they don't need, all these shots that are somehow related to autism, impacting the brain of the child. Some of these doctors, they're telling you to go vaccinate your kids. They're not vaccinating their children, okay? The doctors, the ones that are telling you that vaccination is good and all that blah, 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 some of them, they know these shots are bad and they cause autism and stuff like that. They're not doing it to their kids. If they are giving their kids vaccines, they are very, very selective. They are very, very selective. But they're not gonna tell you that. This is why I say it's good for you to master your environment and kind of understand the kind of environment you're in, because nobody's going to educate you about the environment that you live in. You have to understand the environment that you live in, especially here in the United States. Nobody's telling you these things. You do not understand the environment, it's going to choke you. It's going to choke you. There are doctors that are not vaccinating their children because in America, they are giving kids, newborn kids, like 30 shots of vaccinations. Like they're giving them like 30 vaccines at a time. Like a newborn baby, they start by injecting them with all these vaccines, right? And there are places where they'll force you to vaccinate your children, or they'll tell you, well, you can't give birth here unless you are ready to have us put all these injections into your child. Otherwise, you can't give birth here. Women, you learn how to give birth even at home. You know, we should start learning, like in your society, in your community. Okay, people have always given birth. Hi Juicy, hi Tim, hi Ben Salter, right? Ain't no good, don't have a job, right? Don't, yeah. So there are things that I do agree with President Trump, as much as like I don't like the right and their hateful politics. There are things they get right. Okay, the things they get right. Now, I am pro-choice, right? By a person, like when it comes to abortion, I'm a Christian, but I am pro-choice. But when I saw what they do to the Epstein files, their agenda and what they are doing, it's better right now to not even be pro-choice. Okay, so there's the thing that I saw, that like some of these billionaires, okay, one billionaire, disgusting billionaire, was saying that he can pay women $100 to harvest their ovaries, to harvest a woman's ovaries, okay, and then they're going to use that ovary to germinate it so that like it creates a baby. But they're not interested in the baby. They're not interested in the baby. They want to harvest the stem cells and inject it to all these old billionaires who want to live longer. I don't even understand why you want to live longer if you're like 95 or 80. Even if we inject you with all the stem cells in the world, you're not going to get younger. You're not going to grow younger. The only way you get young is you get a baby, you duplicate yourself, and then you see your seed here living life, and that prolongs your life. You prolong your life through your child, right? That's how we've always done it, right? If you want to live long, you understand then that you will have to have kids and then help them have other kids and then have other kids. That way you can see your line of generation. But no, this is no. Especially they were targeting black women. They were targeting black women because they know black women have very, very good genes. Okay? They were targeting black women. These old white billionaires were targeting black women. They wanted to harvest their ovaries so that they can germinate them and so they can harvest the stem cells, because they want to inject themselves with stem cells from black people because they know we have good DNA. Okay? Now get this. They want to fertilize those eggs and then kill the fetus or the baby or whatever is there, right? So they can harvest the stem cells. And they do that all over the world. This is like the things that celebrities are being told to do to inject themselves so that they can stay young and youthful. You guys, we are in a different world these days entirely. Hi Mojo.
Well, what do you?
Okay, let's talk about this facial that you're obsessed with. That how many did you get the whole cast of Ocean's 8 to do
Not
this?
everybody.
Okay, good, smart ones.
Just those that I thought would appreciate it.
Okay, explain what it is.
Well, it's this way in which one forces through microneedling. It's like a little roller with these. Some of you, I think many of you know it. And it pushes through the skin and ruptures the collagen, and then boosts it. You look like a burn victim for a day, but then it pushes.
What are you pushing into the skin, Sarah?
Sarah?
Carrie? What are you pushing into the skin?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby. Okay, let's talk about this facial that you're obsessed with. That how many did you get the whole cast of Ocean's 8 to do
Not
this?
everybody.
Okay.
Do you hear what they put in? Foreskin from a Korean baby. Sandra Bullock right here is afraid to say it's foreskin from somebody probably living in America, so he says foreskin from a baby far, far away. But I honestly think he's probably also not from somebody very, very far away. But Ellen DeGeneres says it's foreskin from a Korean baby. They are taking bioproducts from other people and injecting them into their own skin. Okay? When some of you are just trying to be vegan, some of you are trying to be vegan and, protect the planet, make sure that, no, they are going straight for your babies. Oh my goodness, they're going straight for your babies. It's wild.
Good, smart ones.
Just those that I thought would appreciate it.
Okay, explain what it is.
Well, it's this way in which one forces through microneedling. It's like a little roller with these, some of you, I think many of you know it, and it pushes through the skin and ruptures the collagen and then boosts it. You look like a burn victim for a day, but then it pushes the
What are you pushing into the skin, Sarah? Sandra?
Sarah?
Carrie? What are you pushing into the skin?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby. Okay, let's talk about this facial that you're obsessed with. How many, did you get the whole cast of Ocean's 8 to do this?
Everybody.
So,
Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, let's talk about.
I mean, you guys, they're doing these things.
This facial.
We're back now with the controversy over stem cell clinics. Earlier this week, the president's new pick to head the FDA was grilled by lawmakers about government regulation of rogue clinics. NBC medical correspondent Dr. John Torres is here with more. So why the concern?
So, Kate, it's the wild west of medicine. Stem cell clinics targeting vulnerable patients with misleading ads that claim to treat everything from joint pain to diseases that have no cure. There are now over 1,000 of these stem cell clinics across the U.S., some using unregulated stem cell treatments that may be illegal and in some cases even harmful.
They said that there was no chance of anything going wrong because it was coming from my own body.
79-year-old Doris Tyler tried stem cells after reading a promotional book by the founders of Cell Surgical Network. They claimed stem cells could treat macular degeneration, an eye condition with no cure. Cell Surgical Network referred Doris to an affiliate clinic in
This is a photo taken in Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan townhouse. It seems to show a doctor performing a medical procedure on Mr. Epstein's dining room table. We looked through about 15,000 records from the Epstein files to understand how Jeffrey Epstein cultivated and rewarded a small circle of doctors as a means of control over the women in his orbit. Mr. Epstein dictated when these women got plastic surgery, even when they went to the gynecologist. And he could also take medical care away. In some cases, you also see the doctors help Jeffrey Epstein maintain that control over these women's lives. Here's one really striking example. Jeffrey Epstein is flying back from his island in the Virgin Islands to New York with a young woman who has suffered a really serious injury. He reaches out to somebody named Eva Dubin, former girlfriend of his, and the founder of the Dubin Breast Center at Mount Sinai. And he says, this woman fell off the ATV and needs stitches in her forehead. Can you organize? She responds, okay, Jess Ting, plastic surgeon at Mount Sinai, is standing by. Call me as soon as you land. And then you see the next day from Jeffrey Epstein, Dr. Ting put 35 stitches in her head, laid out on the dining room table. And that brings us back to this photo, which appears to be of Dr. Ting. Dr. Ting declined comment on this photo. When we talked to medical experts, they said, there's no way you do this if you were putting the patient's needs first. If you were doing that, you just take her to the hospital. There's much more equipment, there's many more people, the risk of infection is lower. The only reason you do this is if you were putting somebody else's
Needs first. I can't even understand.
Turned into a full-blown social battlefield where
He can't even stay awake.
May I have your badge number and the name of your supervisor?
Excuse me?
Anyways.
Scariest video found on the internet. This woman was walking on the street when suddenly she saw something terrifying and she just went.
Did you see that? I show you better. Okay, let me try again. So this person is running after their car. Ah. If you keep asking me to be your wife, I'm going to block you. It's annoying. I'll never be your wife in this lifetime. Never. In your life, expect me to be your wife. It ain't gonna happen. Yeah, that's funny. Let me show you. Oh, where did it go? Okay, that one was funny. Yeah, this is funny. Hi, Eduardo.
She has even. I have called out this false prophet a handful of times over the last year. Each time, her cult like following comes out of nowhere. And what happens is you have people who reject her battling with people who are following her as if she was the Christ. And majority of the time, people like myself, we're pointing to a message she had and saying that's false. But I have never looked directly into the camera and spoken to her. Now, I've heard people say that she's aware of me and my content. I've never seen anything, but let me just speak directly to her. Because the people who follow her, they are captured by the snare of the devil. As it says in 2 Timothy, that we must correct them with gentleness, that they may come to their senses, escaping the snare of the devil by which they have been captured to do his will. You, however, false prophet, I want you to know very clearly that your God is false and you do not serve the living God. You have a spell on your followers where they fear turning against you. So I look you in the eyes and tell you the Lord rebuke you. All these little children, they don't know any better. And because they don't know any better, there is grace for days for them. You, however, know that you do not speak for God. I mock the God that you speak for. And as much as you might think that you could ignore this, for every single time that I run across you, I will prove that you have no one behind you, that there is no God Almighty behind you, and that you speak lies. And I want everyone to be aware that I am not calling you to repent. 1 John chapter 5 says that I have called out this false prophet.
She is fake. Like, I don't know if you guys know her, but for me, I believe she's a fake. She said, she said that she said that Kamala was going to win the election. Okay, not that I don't think Trump cheated. Trump may have very well cheated, but but Kamala did not the election. She kept saying, God said, like, and I don't like. Think about it. Oh, by chance, be more logical, bro. It's so dangerous. I know sometimes it feels like you have a. She she says that I tell you some of these false prophets, like if you come and tell me you're a prophet of God, I will not believe you. Okay? You may very well be, but other people that have said they are prophets of God, like Prophet Lovi, they just want your money. It's it's such a good way to manipulate people because because God doesn't talk to anybody. Okay, God does not talk to anybody. We are all sinners. So a group of us realize, well, heck, he doesn't talk to anybody. I'll just tell them that he talks to me. I, I'll just be the idiot that convinces them that he exclusively talks to me. Yeah, I say Prophet Lovey. He's not even a prophet, okay? He's a con artist, okay? He's a con artist and he is probably even gay. He's such a fake. But Christians, okay, so first of all, there are Christians who will go with the bandwagon because, I mean, he's conning people out of money and they get to eat and pay their bills. So anybody who has influence and power, obviously, is somebody who probably has money. And if you have money, people are going. I'm not surprised that he practices polygamy. The last thing I heard, he was going to divorce his wife. Now, in Christianity, to be a minister of God and to not be in a committed relationship where your wife divorces you, that's a no-no. Okay? Like, that's not for ministers to do. It's a no-go zone. You know, you can't. I told you not to keep calling me your lifetime wife. That shit needs to go. If you do it again, I'ma block you completely. I don't play like that. I don't play like that. I don't like that kind of witchcraft. Let's keep it real. No, what people like Prophet Lovey do, they they manipulate. They're good at manipulating people. especially Christians are so easily manipulated um, by false prophets, by fake politicians. Ah, my goodness. Do you want me to go on how Christians are easily manipulated? It's painful. Oh, it's nice to get some sun. I don't speak English, but one thing for sure, you are truly beautiful. Thank you, darling. I'm always youthful and timeless. I'm still having my swollen lymph node. Yeah, sometimes. Yes, it's been years right now. It's been more than 2 years now. I need a massage. Ugh. So when you do this, it's really good for your lymph nodes and for massaging. But man, what's a Russian massage? I've never heard of those ones. I know the a Thai massage. Oh, I love the sun. The Japanese for the lymph. I'm streaming from California. I used to live next to a YouTube family, but they are moving out of California. A famous YouTube family. They're just like neighbors over here. But California is expensive. Everybody is moving out of here. Everybody is moving out of here. Yeah, feels good to get some sun. I'll work out in a few minutes. What do you want to know? Okay, let me ask you guys. Let me see how emotionally intelligent you guys are. What do you look for in a relationship? Okay, you're not allowed to say a beautiful woman, and you're not allowed to say sex because those are not emotional intelligent. Doesn't have to do with emotions. Outside of that, what are you looking for in a relationship? And if you're a woman, you're not allowed to say money. I know, I know you love money. You love money. Okay? You know, you cannot live without money, but you're not allowed to say those things. And you're not allowed to look at my boobs because I'm wearing this low cut thing. If you look at my boobs, then I'm going to cover. You look for trust. Trust, okay, so how do you know when somebody is trustworthy? You're looking for trust. What are the things that tell you that somebody is trustworthy? How do you get to know, like, bingo, now I know this person is trustworthy? How do you test that? How do you know that that person is going to be trustworthy towards you? And I know whoever told me to do like the hot and cold water therapy, thank you so much, because I mean my skin is not breaking out as it used to. It's kind of healing. I'm not doing any makeup because, you know, now I'm just going to go natural because makeup is killing me. That's the only nice thing, to be honest. What are you talking about? How do you know somebody is trustworthy? A lot of men look for trustworthiness in a partner because they are not trustworthy. Have you ever noticed that? People look for qualities in a partner that they don't have. Okay.
I have called out this.
People follow feelings. They don't follow intuition, huh?
Ever since an ICE officer.
No, I really don't think. I think yeah, I think people do not. Hi, Yusuf. Yeah, Um, I think also it depends on the age. Like love also depends on what age you're in. When you're younger, you always when you're younger, um, I think you don't you look for shallow things, right? When you're younger, you're very shallow. But I think when you're much older, you look for better things in a relationship. You look for somebody who genuinely makes you happy, somebody who can be your friend. You know, like you look for those things. When you're younger, you look for whether your partner has, stuff, like if their family has stuff, if they're beautiful, just to look by. If it's somebody, like other people will be like, oh, your partner is beautiful, right? Like you're looking for shallow things because most young people are looking for, things to show off to other people. I think when you're younger, when you're older, that's when you look for somebody who is safe. When you're older, you look somebody who is emotionally safe, somebody who's not just going to gaslight you or do emotionally abusive stuff. um, big city lives. If you, first of all, if you have 666 on your name, don't worry about me if I'm single or not, okay? If you have 666 on your name, don't even.
Myself or the country, I'm going to take action. So we just heard from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. He came out with a couple of hours ago, and his office came out with a statement saying he had undergone successful prostate surgery about a year and a half ago. Now, he kind of turned this into a bit of a political message. He said that a year and a half ago, doctors observed a little lesion, a little less than a centimeter, on his prostate. He was given the choice of whether or not he wanted to live with it or have it removed. And he said in his tweet that he wanted it removed. And he said, you know me, whenever there's a danger to myself or the country, I'm going to take action. But this isn't the first time we've seen the Prime Minister have some health issues. He was given a pacemaker back in 2023, and he had surgery for a hernia back in 2024. Let's see if this latest announcement, which the Prime Minister said he was delaying in order not to distract from the war with Iran, let's see if it causes any distractions.
Some people, when are they going to die? Yes, I'm so sad. When are you gonna die? Uh, don't worry about. Can 666 is the number of the devil. If you have that number of the devil, don't ask me if I'm single. 666 is the number of the devil. Not the devil, the number of the beast. Okay? The beast system that is going to oppress mankind. I don't want to be affiliated.
Pay attention to the paramedics.
to you. Do you have a spare key? House or car? Do you keep money for any sort of what we call a rainy day? Any kind of difficulty? Or do you drift along and
Surprise.
How do I know about it? How do I know about this number? You think it's a secret? You think that number is a secret? You think the number of the devil is a secret to us? God already This is so funny, it's my friend. Hey Stefan, welcome to Post-Traumatic Bliss. This is Kanini. We talk about mental health here. We talk about anything you want to talk about here. I'm a dictator, and yeah, I'm a dictator. That 666 is the number of the devil. 666 is the number of the devil. Like, why are you asking us that way? You know 66 is the big city, you know 666 is the number of the devil. Oh, Erica Clark. Yeah. Which Erica Clark? Do you want the
Take all your secrets to the grave with you.
Okay. Do you want the Erica Clark? Okay, let's do. Drewski? Do you want?
Just have to see what Erica Kirk did at one of the Turning Point USA events recently. It is genuinely hard to watch.
Please welcome
You know, this video proved Drewski right. Remember when Drew...
Get on your feet!
But we serve a just God, and I rest easy in knowing that He's sovereign, but He's just. And so let the Lord handle that.
I serve a righteous God. And that is why we say our prayers.
Oh. Oh. What happened? What happened? What happened? Better like my channel.
And we are all His children. But when I say children, I mean like the Holy Blessed Trinity, which is why I hold the Bible.
Don't let anyone disenfranchise you because you're a young man, especially a young white male man. Don't ever let anyone talk down.
Especially if you're a young male white, you're a young man, white male, male man, white male. Like, why do you have to
Especially a young white male man.
male
Don't
man?
ever let anyone talk down to you. We need strong men out.
Can you be a white male and not be a I'm sorry. Especially if you're white male man, like, why do you I'm a female man? Can you become a female man? Why does she have to say, especially if you're a white male man, like, oh. Why do we need to have a double masculine when we are talking about white males? Like, why not say a white male or a white man? Like, white male man. Like, what? I'm sorry. I'm so, I mean, what the hell?
Franchise you because you're a young man, especially a young white male man. Don't ever let anyone talk down to you. We need strong men out there.
We have to protect all men in America, especially all white men in America. Those are the boys that we care about in this country.
Get on your feet, boy!
But we serve a just God, and I rest easy in knowing that.
I think Erica reminds me of what do you call him? Kenneth Copeland? Like Kenneth. She reminds me of.
I'm not missing that dedication in Jerusalem.
She reminds me of this guy.
Without the airplane that we have that I bought from Tyler Perry, and I didn't pay anywhere. And Tyler's one of the greatest guys. He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it.
Well, my question then.
I'm not missing that dedication in Jerusalem. Without the airplane that we... Who do you think you are today? The more we learn about this covenant of God. What blood? The blood of this covenant, glory to God. Who do you think you are today? The more we learn about this covenant of God. What blood? The blood of this covenant, glory to God. Who do you think you are today? The more we learn about this covenant of God. What blood? The blood of this covenant, glory to God.
This is when you know the devil is real, okay? He's pissed about when he learns the blood covenant. And I don't know what covenant he's talking about, but he seems not happy when he learns about Jesus and the blood covenant, because only the devil could be. Even me, I don't know much about him, but he looks evil.
We learn about this
Look, the demon.
covenant of God. What blood? The blood of this covenant, glory to God. Who do you think you are today? The more we learn about this who do you think you are today? The more we learn about this covenant of God. What blood? The blood of this covenant, glory to God.
I mean, the body language, for me, like the body language tells me he's an evil person. Like I don't even need to be around him because my body language already tells me to stay away from him. He's evil. COVID-19. I think sometimes these people are so ridiculous. Okay, it's just ridiculous, and it looks like acting sometimes. It's like they rehearsed this and they wanted it to be dramatic.
Do you ever use your private jets to go visit your vacation homes, for example?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Again, getting back to the comment, you said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did. We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers.
Can you explain what you meant by that term then? Just explain, because it's really simple. You said you didn't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. What did you mean?
Well, let me ask you.
Do you ever use your private jets to go?
We usually did before tours. We said our prayer. And we asked the Lord to protect us. And we asked the Lord that his will be done. That's what we did. We usually did before tours. We said our prayer. And we asked the Lord to protect us. And we asked the Lord that his will be done. That's what we did. We usually did before tours.
And
We said our prayer. And
we said our prayers. Okay, yeah, let me try that evil look. Okay, I'm trying this evil look from Erica Clark. Okay.
We said our prayer. And we asked the Lord to protect
Okay,
us.
that's the evil look. Okay, let me try. Be serious, Monica. For once, we are trying an evil look. Okay. Okay. So actually, the more I say I'll try the evil look, and the more I'm not able to do the evil look. Okay, but we are going to do this evil look. We say our prayers. We say. Hey, it's good to try these evil looks with people at work. Okay. Okay, yeah, we're not supposed to be funny. Okay, let me try this look again. Okay, we're going to try this evil look.
Tours. Or tours. Usually did before tours. We said our prayer. And we asked the Lord to protect us. And we asked the Lord that his will be done.
Okay, so I think what she does is her eyes open up and maybe she thinks of the devil, and then so that okay, so let's do that. We say our prayers. Think devil. Okay, now I got it. We say our prayers. Okay. How do they do this shit? I don't know that they do this. Okay, the other person who has like eyes that are like, oh my god, is that Princess Beatrice? Princess Beatrice, she has like eyes that I'm like, did you just see a spider?
The eyes of Princess Beatrice, daughter of Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, are no exception. Her wide, piercing gaze has become a defining feature of her appearance and Princess Beatrice's eyes so big? Is it an unusual genetic trait, a carefully crafted makeup technique, or perhaps even a subtle nod to her royal lineage? Here's the truth behind her striking gaze that is as mysterious as it is alluring. Princess Beatrice stands out in the royal family due to her unique eyes, which differ from other members. What causes this distinctive look, and how has the public viewed her because of it? The significance of Princess Beatrice's name.
The eyes are the wonders to the soul. You can tell a lot by somebody's eyes. You can see if they are genuine, they are kind. You can tell if somebody is lying through their eyes. You can tell if somebody is evil, and you can also tell if somebody has suffered severe trauma. If you didn't know, this is Princess Beatrice. She is a daughter of Prince Andrew, a royal who has went under a little bit of scrutiny for his alleged ties to men like Peter Nygaard and Jeffrey Epstein. Throughout her childhood and as you saw early adulthood, she was just a beautiful, normal little girl. She actually kind of reminded me of a mix between Prince Harry and Prince William, but somewhere down the line something changed. Now it's no secret that Princess Beatrice has always had these big, beautiful green eyes, but at some point her eyes began protruding. It's called the bug-eyed effect, which is kind of reminding me of the physical characteristics Ashley Olsen is exhibiting today. So I'm going to ask you again, what could someone possibly go through to change their physical appearance so dramatically? Now, I got a little bit of heat in my last video for comparing Ashley Olsen to a war veteran, showing in as little as 4 years how much the eyes are the windows to the soul. You can tell a lot.
You know, I believe I mean, her father is a child predator, okay? Her father is a child molester. And she has that look of a traumatized war veteran. For me, it'll be very hard to convince me
Did you
that
have a champion?
that she hasn't been traumatized in any kind of way.
Have you all seen this video going around of Prince Andrew's daughter? This doesn't look natural at all. The way her eyes are just bugging out. Like, she looks like a robot, like AI or something like that. Like, I know I can't be the only one creeped out by this. I know I can't be.
She looks a little too much. There's footage resurfaced from the Met Gala.
Some breaking royal news we can bring you. Perhaps something that might put a smile on your face. Princess Beatrice.
Fans who have followed Princess Beatrice.
I was 3 times a day sometimes.
I mean, she was around Epstein. Her father is in the Epstein files. She was around the Epstein crowd. And she has that gaze of a traumatized child.
So, Princess Eugenie, guys, is
an old video of Princess Beatrice.
Princess Beatrice is once again under public scrutiny, and this time it's about her past lifestyle. Before marrying millionaire Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi, Beatrice was often seen enjoying back-to-back luxury holidays.
Or, you know, she could have a genetic condition that makes her sick. Okay, who else has weird eyes? Like, I think when people say the eyes are the window to the soul, there's a point there. Yeah, she probably partook. Like, look at even like a photo of Epstein shows you how evil he is. Like, okay. You know, the people who surprise me the most, right, The people who surprise me the most are people like Bill Clinton.
I understand that there are going to be some prominent Republican names on this list too, not except for Donald Trump because he came forward willingly. Now, call me crazy, but none of that sounds like he would actually be in the files. Now, of course, I understand that there are going to be some prominent Republican names on this list too, not just Democrats, but do I think Donald Trump is one of them? No. And while I believe that TDS is real, I'm not that big at throwing it around all the time, but the TDS is strong with this one, you guys. Because I am fully convinced at this point that a lot of you guys wouldn't even care about anyone else that was in the list as long as Donald Trump was going to go down. And you guys always want to ask us, well, what are you going to do if you find out that Trump is in the files? We're going to expect him to go down with everyone else, as he should. So I want to ask you a question. What would you do if you found out that Trump wasn't in the files? Like, I am genuinely curious about that at this point. Like, what?
Those photos from Epstein Island, they really got me thinking. Because honestly, the movie Don't Blink feels way less like fiction and way more like a documentary at this point. If you haven't seen it, Don't Blink is this movie.
So one thing, people like Bill Clinton, those people like Bill Clinton are the ones that for me I fear the most, because somebody like Bill Clinton is a predator, okay, but he also has this charisma and charm that he's able to fool a lot of people, but he's probably one of the worst that there is out here in these streets, okay. But right, but he's able to fool pretty much like everybody. You know, it's easy for somebody to dislike somebody like Trump because he's, you know, like he's a polarizing figure. You either like him or you don't like him.
Do you have a twin brother? I do, yes.
But somebody like Bill Clinton is somebody that you would think, oh, I'm choosing him over Trump, thinking he's better. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Some of these, like, for me, I don't even like to dwell on this story because, like, I think the more you see these things, the more they get into your head. Let's not talk about Epstein. Let's not even, you know, the things here are disturbing. You missed it. Oopsie.
Is one of the darkest individuals I've ever come across. Kenneth Copeland is one of the darkest individuals I've ever come across.
Before I went to Copeland's church, I first wanted to donate to him so I could be a paid member and feel like I had a right to be in the places I would be investigated.
And as soon as I did donate, he began to send me a barrage of emails. In his very first message, he offered to heal my body, eliminate my debt, and restore broken relationships. What a nice guy. The Copeland sent many emails, and one theme that kept popping up was donations. They used Bible verses to encourage giving with phrases like sow the seed, which really means send them money, and receive your anointing, which is allegedly what happens when God notices that you've donated to the Copeland.
If you sow a seed to Kenneth Copeland, you now have obeyed this divine law that says you will get back what you've given. You've given to a man of God. And so he justifies it because, hey, all believers should be healthy and wealthy.
They also promise to pray for you every single day if you become a partner of theirs, which leads me to wonder, did they turn pay for play into pay for pray? And one other tactic that stands out is what some call strategic generosity. You see, the Copelands offer you free little promotional items like an audio file from Gloria or a welcome box with their magazine of them in it. And some say that these small gifts are given with the intention that it will trigger a sense of obligation for you to send more money to them. And it's a clever cycle. You give to them.
Yeah, if you really want to give Kevin Copeland money, give me money too. I'll also try to pray for you. Oh, goodness.
Have you ever done a job for $11 million?
No. Kill that thing right now!
Oh, I got some of you dancing around on the floor right now. Get on up out of bed. Come on.
Kill that thing right now!
Have you ever done a job?
Kill that thing!
I swear that evil face is epic. Kill that thing right now. You gotta try this evil face. Like, let it become like your poker face, and then you do the evil laugh. Kill that thing right now. I know, but it's how will that seed? How will is that sowing a seed?
Have you ever heard of this guy? That, my friend, is Kenneth Copeland, mega church pastor. And here's the story when I ran into him. So I was heading into work the other day and had a daggone flat tire on my truck. I get out and started changing it, and all of a sudden this limo pulled up behind me. Big old nice limousine. And out walks Kenneth Copeland. He walks up and he said, "Excuse me, sir, looks like you're having a bad day. You got a flat tire?" I said, "Yes, sir, I'm just trying to change it here." He said, "Step aside, let me show you something." I said, "No, man, I got it, ain't no problem." He said, "No, step aside." Daggone, man, why you smiling like that? It kind of creeping me out a little bit. He said, "I blow the wind of God into your flat tire." I said, "What in the world?" He said, "Boy, it's just going to air up." I said, "I don't think that's how it works, Mr. Copeland." He started blowing on my tire for about 15 minutes straight. Ain't nothing happened. He said, "Give it time, it'll air up." He started saying, "Oh, tie, shabba baha, da baha, shada ha, I'm a llama." I said, "Ain't nobody going to believe this. This is so bizarre." I said, "Look, Mr. Copeland, I appreciate the help, man, but, you know, this ain't what Christianity's all about." He said, "Oh, yes, it is." I was like, "There's that smile again, man. You look demonic." I said, "All right, son, I got to go." He said, "But I promise you, in 15 or 20 minutes, that tire's gonna air up." I said, "Geez, man." He got in his limousine and left.
Yes.
That was the most bizarre encounter I've ever had.
It's
That fella ain't
nice.
right. Something's wrong with him. Have you ever heard of this guy?
It's the thing. Is this smile, okay? This the weird thing, okay? He's smiling, but his eyes are not. Okay, when you say he has PTSD, okay, now that makes sense. That, like, honestly, is the best explanation I have heard. Okay? That says a lot. That tells me Erica Clark has PTSD. That tells me Princess Beatrice has PTSD. Okay, these people, they don't smile with their eyes. Okay, the eyes is the window to the soul. But when you look at them, it's like you don't see the soul. Okay? Okay, it obviously makes sense to say that they have PTSD. They're not demonic. They're just traumatized human beings and poor souls who have not healed yet. But that does not explain why he steals money from people. Okay? That is not a good enough reason to steal money from people and to manipulate people to get money from them. Okay? I'm not going to misunderstand him. He's a con artist. And we need to practice that evil look. You have mean eyes, but you're smiling. God loves you. God loves you. God loves you. Jesus Christ. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, I don't even know how to say this. Hmm.
I just want to tell you, when I watched that clip of you and Pastor
Kenneth Copeland, we love to say his name. You said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to.
You don't see them, you don't speak to them.
Former employees we talked to say when the Copelands are not on the road, they spend their days inside of their 18,000 square foot parsonage on the shores of Eagle Mountain Lake, surrounded by hundreds of acres of range and ranch land, not far from their tennis courts and boathouse. The only access we could get to Copeland was to slip past his backstage security at a recent prayer rally at a public park.
You don't even see them, like.
I'm sorry if this is inappropriate, but I have been far too curious for too long. What happened to this man's eyes? And it's not just him. I see this sometimes. Here's another man. What happened to his eyes? I feel like I've been paying attention to people's eyes for a long time, and there is something mysterious there for sure. Let's just say.
Let me tell you, I believe a lot of people. Okay, a PTSD can change your eyes. Okay, it can change your eyes 100%. But you can also be traumatized in the Catholic Church, where they pass around little boys to everybody. Yeah, Princess Beatrice looks like she was targeted. I mean, imagine your father is around that circle of millionaires and billionaires who are the most predatory people there is, and he is among those people. He is doing all these dirty things to other people, and people have videos of him. Like, you think you're not a target? I'm 100% sure that she was a target, and there was nothing she could do. Because if you can see your father and all these other millionaires getting away with all these things, and remember, they were all there on her 16th birthday. She was celebrating her 16th birthday with people like Epstein. That girl had no chance.
This is a crazy music history, but Kenneth Copeland, the Televangelist, this is what he was doing in 1957.
I love you so, I can't let you go. I must make you see.
The man in the photograph, who Kenneth Copeland has his hands on, is my grandpappy. This is where he used to live. This was his second wife. But it was because of this man right here, and his greed, and his narcissism, and his predatory donation tactics. This is my grandpappy today. This is his house. And this is his third wife. Kenneth Copeland cost my grandfather everything.
Predators.
Watch Kenneth Copeland make prophecies that rhyme, then predict the exact day he's going to die, and then watch this Christian's response.
It seemed good to me and the Holy Ghost that in 2024 we're on victory's shore. We're still there. And I heard in my spirit, in 2025 the nation will come alive. Because it seemed good to me and the Holy Ghost to say that 2026 is the big fix. 2028 we go through the gate. 2029 all things will be divine. I don't have 2030 yet. But I know what's going to happen in 2025. I have made it.
Kenneth Copeland told a church conference in 2008 that he's a billionaire. But when Senator Chuck Grassley investigated his ministry in 2007, asking how much salary he receives,
I am a rich Jew backed by a richer Jew. He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it.
This is Kenneth.
I am a rich Jew backed by a richer Jew. He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it.
This is Kenneth Copeland, perhaps the scariest and richest pastor in the world.
Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
Known for his $300 million net worth, $7 million mansion, and his 3 private jets, with his very own airstrip behind his house, he's managed to become one of the wealthiest pastors America has ever seen. And I'm going to his church to find out why. The first thing I noticed was
I tell you,
Copeland's
it's Christians funding all these things for him, and he's like, I'm a Jew. Okay? But he's getting all his money from Christians.
Truth coming out about Kenneth Copeland's estate.
Now we're like 3/4 the way to his house. No one's been down here before. No one's ever seen footage of this. And I'm a big bow hunter.
God wanted him to have Tyler Perry's jet.
It honestly blows my mind how nobody is talking about this.
The enemy can speak to me, just death or that I should take my life. When
Some man asked me, he said, why do you want an airplane? I said, well, to go fast, why not?
Ah, yes, Kenneth Copeland's beloved airplanes.
The Kenneth Copeland video where he... 2 clips, same energy. Clip 1.
The podcaster Candace Owens. She has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of these lies. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now? Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop. Okay.
Clip 2. You said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did. We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers.
If you were to meet the man, I won't name him again, accused.
I know this is what they do. They're communicating with their emotions and their eyes more, so that they send that energy out first to you. And so by the time, like Erica Clark was talking to the interviewer, and she was telling that interviewer to stop. But she pretends she's talking about Candace Owens, when in fact she's telling the interviewer, whatever this discussion is you're bringing up here, stop. That's all I want to say. Just stop. Okay? Wealth tax is probably why that man's grandfather lost everything. Not by chance, you have a very soft spot for Kenneth Copeland. Which is very funny. Everybody hates Kenneth Copeland. Erica Clark, former CEO of Romanian Eagles and welfare organizations that help Romanian orphans, but was under investigation because children disappeared to a certain island. We all know this woman is evil. She sold orphans to wealthy millionaires and billionaires like Jeffrey Epstein. You know, and then I don't even know why she married Charlie Kirk, because Charlie Kirk was kind of like, they look like a weird match, right?
Your husband.
Isn't it? How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's golf?
Get on your feet! Oh. Take all your secrets to the grave with you.
Idi Amin was right. That they were deeply racist and that they refused to intermarry with Africans. That was 100% true. It was an incredibly racist community and probably continues to be today in exile, as they call it in Britain. The British government loved this minority. They did not share wealth, they did not share skills, and they did illegally send money out of the country. All of that is true. There was deep racism and deep casteism, and they spread false rumors about hundreds of South Asian women being raped by black Africans, which was largely untrue.
So, this is someone who knows what he is talking about. His name is Dr. Rajiv Balasubramaniam, likely part of that group of...
And while we are at the topic of cutting people off, a lot of you said, be graceful, be patient with people. You don't know what people are going through. Exactly. Do you know what I'm going through? I might be going through worse, but I've not turned into an animal like you. I have not turned into a total maniac like you. And that's why I gotta cut you off. So you can go through whatever you're going through outside. I'm also going through stuff.
Y'all still mad that I said I don't want to have mixed kids? I don't.
You made money off of gas prices going up? How?
Guys, mmeona hii story ya wakafinye na jugusha. Mimi msitake nicheke my dear, msitake nicheke. Kwa sababu wakafinye kumbe wewe ni dongo modhi. Kumbe ni dongo modhi na tulikuwa tunafikiria all this time. Nilikuwa nafikiria wakafinye ni amemkalia mpaka nani, amemkalia jugushi. Hata nyinyi mnafikiriaje? Si mlikuwa mnafikiria ni wakafinye alikuwa amekalia jugushi. Kumbe ni other way round. Ni other way round. Wakafinye hizo mashamba na property unatuambia hapo ati zimeandikwa mama ya jugushi. Ulikuwa wapi zikiandikwa mama ya jugushi? Ulikuwa wapi wakafinye? Wewe baba yako ni kucheka hapo na kuonyesha watu we are okay, we are together, we are okay. You can see my husband is here, we are okay. Unacheka hivi na mashamba properties zimeandikwa mama ya jugushi. Tulikuwa tunafikiria ni wewe mjaja.
White people are trying to figure out
While society expects a young woman her age to be anticipating marriage and motherhood, Ashley has chosen a different path. She had long decided that she did not want to have children, and last year, at 24, had a tubal ligation.
I felt the weight of being afraid of being trapped with some man and a child evaporate from my chest. I felt lighter, I felt excited, I felt a new lease on life.
Since she came out publicly, the feminist has faced backlash.
This wig is so natural, you don't even have to really...
Vinasara ne kiugo kia kiarafu. Aithni ashara. Ne kiugo kia kiarafu kuonania 12. Ririkana muthogo.
Okay.
I go to the dealership, I buy myself this V6 Challenger, right? Just imagine if every police officer in America started wearing pictures of George Floyd on their vests, or they started getting tattoos of George Floyd.
Nobody wants to say it, but I will. The young nigga on your block everybody's scared of, the one who snaps for no reason, the one who's always on 10, the one who will shoot you over nothing. He's not a monster, he's mentally ill. Come back here. He's not a monster, he's mentally ill. That boy is mentally ill. And nobody's ever told him that. See, I know a lot of...
Okay, I do believe that. I do believe like people who snap, people who do all this crazy stuff, people who eat children, demonic people, they are mentally ill, of course.
We live in Chicago.
Of course they have to be mentally ill because the Spirit of God is the one that gives you sound mind. Anything else does not give you the spirit of sound mind. So I do believe like pretty much everybody who does evil things is mentally ill. Doesn't mean that they should not go to jail, right? Doesn't mean that they shouldn't go to jail. Like so like all the billionaires that we have on the Epstein files, of course they're sick bastards. Okay, these are people who are sick, but they need to go to jail. But they're not going to go to jail because they're white and they have money. No, it's salt. It's salt. It's a salt stone. For me, I believe in evil. Okay, let me see.
Mama Jerry akarudi soko akawacha bwana yake akiumwana nyoka. Kama Mama Jerry alioga akaenda sokoni. Humsemai nisiende sokoni. Nimerudi soko. Ninaenda sokoni. Mama Jerry alioga
Mama Jerry Arioga Akarudi Sokoni. Do you know what that means? Mama Jerry Alioga Akarudi Sokoni. Mama Jerry is the mother of Jerry, okay? Mama Jerry is the mother of Jerry. She took a bath and went to the market. Okay? If Mama Jerry took a bath and went to the market, if Jerry's mother took a bath and went to the market, hey, why shouldn't you also take a bath and go to the market? Who am I? Hey, I didn't say none of these things. Is this Kenyan funny lady?
Ateo unaringa na vitu za dunia. Wachana na mimi niringe nazo. Uko kwa dunia utaki vitu za dunia, unataka nini vitu za hewani? Mwacha sisi tufurahie vitu za Ateo unaringa.
People.
Akarudi sokoni.
Why are men obsessed with big women? Why do men make videos like this? Why? You know, sometimes you guys, like, why? Why?
So good. It looks amazing. My turn. Get some of the fish too. Oh, I will. This is so flavorful, right? The best. More, please.
I know it's AI, but
Every time someone calls me from my past or just who knew me back then, I literally get the fear of being robbed. Like the
5 black women were shot by the Ku Klux Klan.
One of the best ways I've seen if you want to catch a liar is use silence. Liars.
I've never heard anybody say that they want to go to Pakistan for vacation.
Okay, let me bring in our own.
The mass trial of
okay. Cats are very nasty. Cats will slap you.
That's what they said. You gotta slap.
Cats, I love cats. Bro! Bro! The disrespect.
You don't just knock the rose to the floor and then look at me like that. Oh, you're gonna argue? You think that's okay? No, sir, it is not. You don't just knock the rose to the floor and then look at me like.
Show them now my 7,000 naira. What is it? I'm talking to you. They are proving stuff. Are you mad? Eh? Come on, show them.
A cat will always do this to you. Oh.
What? Man, I know you lying. You better go on somewhere.
Let me see that guy. Oh. Oh.
Can somebody please tell me why it looks like my cat gets turned on when I slap her butt? Like, what does it mean? What does it mean? Because look.
Cat, this what you.
Okay, this is probably AI. That's AI. Okay, this is AI. A cat will never.
Mind your own business, woman. Cat, this what you get. Mind your own business, woman.
Dogger cat loves to be pet really rough. Tell me how I'm supposed to work like this. Y'all see those ears? Do y'all see those? Emmy, I need you to get up. Come on. Oh, this is not where you're supposed to be sitting. I really need to lean back and.
Does your cat randomly slap you? This is why. Post a cute picture of your cat in the comments, and please follow for more daily cat videos. The most common reason your cat does this is
Hi, Derek.
overstimulated.
Cats check you so fast.
Why are these cats fighting like
I guess I think cats need therapy. Maybe your cat needs therapy.
How many times do I have to say?
I like the way they go like, I'm about to hit you. Pom, 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 pom.
No, you did not. I know you. Oh, can't believe you put your balls on me before you.
And then you gave him 2 pickles.
You fell asleep in your kitty litter. You probably need to go take a bath. No, you did not. No, I know you. Oh no, you didn't open up a can of worms. I watched. Whoa, wait, can't believe you put your balls on me before you in trouble. You in so much trouble. Wait, I stop running. I'm gonna whoop you. Man, I can't believe you put your balls. I can't believe.
And then you gave him 2. Stop avoiding trimming your cat's.
Cats. They're so intelligent and they're super fast. It's
Cat was invited to game. Always wondered why dogs be so afraid of cats. And then I realized cats are freaking predators, ready to throw hands on sight anytime. Cats, they actually throw fists. I don't think dogs are prepared for that right.
yeah, I think cats are more dangerous than dogs. It's like if cats are their lack of empathy makes them a liability. Yeah, they're very fast and agile, and I think, yeah, you really cannot take out that cognitive ability away from them. It makes them way smarter.
You're supposed to be my new brother. I really want to bite you right now, but they seem to love you. They told me to show you around, so I'm gonna show you something.
Rip, our adventurous pup was rehomed.
Why do you want to date? Why do you want to date? You know, I always encourage people to find true love. Find, you know, be a loving person. Find somebody who you're going to live your life with. It's good mental health. It's good mental health to not be a toxic person and to look for somebody else who's not toxic, and you both can live a happy life where you make each other happy. Try that. Well then, don't get love.
Also shout out Queen Sheba, darling. She's another one absolutely thin, ninth, and a declaration of her passing. But where they said that Ashley hung herself. Even Stevie Wonder, and I kid you not, because you read Braille, he can put his fingers across the wardrobe and know that this is a horse and pony shoe.
I've said this every day. The only thing that's going to change my mind is camera surveillance. This is a very, very high-end villa, hotel. There's got to be cameras around. I want to...
I told you they are going to say Ashley Janae killed herself. And this is what they are saying, that she unalived herself. And now they want to set this millionaire free. It seems to me that if you have money, you can get away with everything. Killing people, eating children, name it.
Alright, peace family. Like, share, subscribe. Cash App $ Winston Spivey. Thanks for stopping by. So
Zimbabwe authorities ruled Ashley Janae's murder a suicide, and so the killer is going to be set free. But I told you guys, I told you on this show, it was going to happen. It's Africa, it's corrupt. He knew exactly where. I told you, it's a Muslim country. They don't have respect for women. If you have money, they're going to take the money. They think women are expendable either way. It was never going to go anywhere. But I told you. Hey, I told you so. Yeah, I told you so. Love is pagan. I thought God is love. In the Bible, God says, husbands, love your wife. I thought it was, love is as spiritual as it gets. Oh, but not this. Oh no, the Valentine's, the Valentine's kind of love is what you don't believe in. Make sure things are not falling off. These days, nothing stays where it should be staying. Oh God, I tell you, my thighs feel pain because of yesterday. I did like 100 of those things. The Bible says men should honor and love their wives. Honor them and love them. Okay? If you want to be with a woman and you don't do those two things, she's probably going to
And
leave
then
you.
this says here, military construction earmarks made into the omnibus bill reported receiving an average of $110,930 in political contributions from the defense sector.
I don't know why people like right now America is so corrupt. Like everything happening in American government is so corrupt. I don't even know why people have hope anymore. So like treating your wife is like the way the president treats a country. Do you think the president should steal money from the people and enrich himself? That's kind of the same way a man should treat a woman, okay? His wife with respect and honor. If that doesn't happen, that relationship's not gonna go anywhere. Right? If a woman does not have any respect for her man, that relationship is not to go anywhere. It's good for man to be respectful. Respect is a two-way street. My advice to you, if you're a man and you want love from a woman, okay, and you want to read the book, the 5 love languages, figure out your woman's love language and use it against her, okay? Use it. If she likes quality time, plan dates, take her out, take her places, go camping with her. If she loves quality time, figure out all the quality time she wants, okay? And give her quality time and never stop and make a vow to yourself you're going to keep her. If she likes acts of service, when you come home from work, do the dishes, you know, go to the garden, fix her car, do acts of service to her. If that's her love language, speak that language and become fluent with her love language. Become fluent with her love language, okay? Figure out your woman's love language and use it. Because if you use her love language, she will feel loved. And if you make a woman feel loved, she's going to love you back. If I was a man, I would have so many females. If I was a guy, I'd have so many women with me, because there are lots of men out here that are so stupid, they can't get a man, they can't get a woman. It's not because they don't have money, it's because they are stupid. They lack emotional intelligence. That's the reason why most men are not having a woman. If you don't have a woman, I can tell you, it's nothing to do with your money. It's everything to do with your lack of emotional intelligence. Everything to do with it. Everything. Yes. And you should believe the women, because if women are telling you that, they're telling you the secret. They are giving you the secret. See, even Eric, even Charlie Kirk. Okay, Charlie Kirk was, let's he's not he's he wasn't like an oil painting or anything. Charlie Kirk was not handsome or beautiful or intelligent in any way, but he still got Erica Kirk. Now, I'm not saying she's a lot, but she's way more beautiful, good looking than Charlie. Of course, she probably was cheating on him, but he chose Erica Kirk. He went for the beauty. He did not go for the quality of the person that Erica Kirk is. He just went for the looks. But he must have done something to get Erica. Okay? He must have done something to Erica. He must have shown her that, hey, I am going to honor you. I am going to treat you like a wife. I am going to protect you. Charlie was ready to do good by Erica, and he got her. I am not saying Erica is a woman to go for, but he got her. Okay? He got her. He got her. Mm-hmm. Thank you. I get that a lot about how beautiful I am. Man. I tell you, when I was growing up as a little girl, nobody ever told me how beautiful I am. So I you know, I used to shave my hair completely because back then they had us like shave our hair. And I'm glad nobody ever told me that I'm beautiful back then. But I grew up thinking I'm not beautiful. But I don't know how, but I hit a certain point in my life and I can't even go to the supermarket or anywhere these days without somebody telling me, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, I'm not even wearing makeup. Okay. Okay. I hear it every day to the point where like I started believing it. I don't know, maybe I told myself I am beautiful enough times that I started believing it. And but I don't know. I believe thoughts are powerful because every time I look at myself in the mirror, I believe I am beautiful and I'm like, oh my God, you look like, I feel beautiful. I honestly feel very, very beautiful by myself. And I get it all the time. I go to the beach, somebody tells me how beautiful I am. I go to the supermarket, somebody tells me how beautiful I am. Like, this is something I hear every day. Every day. And so, I've come to believe it. I never heard this when I was younger. It wasn't a program that was put in my head. But I never told you. I told you who are the famous. I mean, they are moving. They're already moving. They are the Maisley family. The family that, yeah, the Maisley. They have a lot of kids, like 9 kids. Beautiful family. Beautiful, beautiful family. But I saw their videos the other day. They said they are moving to they're moving to Texas. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. They're very private. We actually don't talk. I see them sometimes, like coming, you know, bike riding or going for a walk, going to school, stuff like that.
Imagine this. You're driving home from a party with a friend, or maybe home from work. Maybe you had some dinner. You haven't done anything wrong. Then suddenly you see red and blue lights flashing behind you. You do not say, well, maybe my friend, to memorize that can expose whether they are illegally stretching the stop. I'll give you that in just a second. For years, police have used the phrase, I smell marijuana, like a master key. They say they smell it, and suddenly they want to search your car, your bags, maybe your passengers, maybe delay the stop, maybe call in a canine. And here's the problem. In the moment, you usually can't prove what they did or did not smell. That's why you do not help them build the case. You do not explain. You do not guess. You do not say, well, maybe my friend. You do not say, there's nothing in my car. Go ahead, search. No. You say, officer, I do not consent to searches. Even if you think they're going to search anyway, you still say it. Why? Because refusing consent may not stop a bad search in the moment, but it can matter later when your lawyer challenges what happened. That is a huge difference. Here is the second phrase you need memorized. Am I being detained or am I free to go?
Am I being detained? Okay. You have to practice these things when the police comes to you. Okay? You have to practice these things. Sincerely, like, if they said they smell weed in your car, don't give them any additional information. I think what this lawyer is saying here is very smart, because we tend to give people more information. The police stops you and say they smell weed in your car. Tell them you do not consent to any search of your car. This is because if they go ahead and search your car anyway, whatever they find there that you did not consent to search, the judge might throw it away. You tell them you do not consent to search your car. Right?
Refusing consent may not stop a bad search in the moment, but it can matter later when your lawyer challenges what happened. That is a huge difference. Here is the second phrase you need memorized. Am I being detained or am I free to go? This one is powerful because police love to turn a simple traffic stop into a fishing expedition. Maybe the original reason for the stop was,
am I being detained or am I free to go? Am I being detained or am I free to go? You need to be able to ask to tell police that when they stop you and they're searching a car, okay, whatever. Am I free to go or am I being detained?
speeding, maybe a turn signal, maybe a license plate light. But once they finish handling with that issue, they can't just keep you there forever because they're curious. So, if the stop starts dragging out and now it's turning into drug questions, your line is, Officer, I do not consent to searches. Am I being detained or am I free to leave? That question forces them to make something clear. Either you're free to go or they're claiming to have a legal.
Officer, I do not consent to searches. Am I being detained or am I free to go? Am I being detained or am I free to go? Because now they understand, like, hey, if we're going to search the car, we better make this decision what's happening right now, but we cannot drag on this search for 10 hours. She said, doesn't consent to any search of her property and her car unless you have a warrant. And if you're going to detain them, you better have a good reason to do it.
No basis to hold you. And that does matter. Now, here's where people get tripped up. Whether the smell claim is enough can depend on your state, the facts, and even whether or not officers claim they smell burnt weed or fresh weed. So, number one, what state are you in? This is huge. In some states where marijuana is illegal or decriminalized, courts are becoming much more skeptical of odor alone being enough for a search. Because if something may be legal, the smell alone does not automatically prove a crime. But in states where marijuana is still illegal, odor claims can still create major problems for a driver. Number two, if they say they smell burnt marijuana or fresh marijuana, that can matter. Burnt odor can linger. You could be in a rent.
Yeah, I say, don't make sure your car does not smell of weed. Even if it's even if it's a legal country where weed is legal, try not to have your car smelling of weed because you don't want your car smelling of weed.
Are you familiar with the user?
It's not a good thing. I thought they outlawed violence as a method of interrogation. Well, police, it's not illegal for a police to lie to you or to trick you or to violate some of your rights. It's not illegal. They can lie to you. They can tell you they smell weed in your car when they don't smell weed in your car. And if they lie to you, like, we smell weed in your car, we want to search your car, they're tricking you into giving them permission to search your car. And it's your job to say you do not consent to any search. So they have that